we're going to talk about ball position. So where the ball is meant to go in relationship to your feet. So a very common question I get asked, you know, with certain clubs, where should I put the ball in relationship to my feet to hit the ball the correct way, get the right height. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit a few shots with a 6-iron. I want you to think about ball position more to do with what kind of loft you might want to get on the shot, what kind of height, how you want the club to hit the ball and the ball to come off the face, so high or low, what have you. And that's going to be related to what club you're going to be hitting. Okay, so we're going to start. I've got a 6-iron in my hand. What I'm going to do is hit 3 shots with the aid of TrackMan here, which is going to give us our launch angle, so it's going to tell us the angle the ball is coming off the face. You're going to see how if I move the ball position around, so maybe back in my stance, middle or forward, how that affects the shot. So I'm going to hit 6-iron from the start for the first shot, and I'm going to put the back of the ball in the middle of my 2 feet. So I'm going to hit a normal shot with my 6-iron. Here we go. Okay, so that's a 6-iron hit from the middle of my 2 feet.
Vertical launch 17.9 degrees.
Okay, so I'm getting a 17.9, an almost 18-degree launch angle with my 6-iron, played from the middle of my stance. So I'm now going to hit one, same club, make a similar swing on it, but I've now moved the ball back towards my right foot. It's almost opposite my right heel, so it's back in my stance.
Vertical launch 10.4 degrees.
Okay, so that's taken 8 degrees off the launch. So that ball's gone much lower, it's not gone in the air as much, and it would have run forward. So 8 degrees off the launch by moving the ball back towards my right heel. I'm now going to hit one from my left foot, right off my front foot.
Vertical launch 19.3 degrees.
Okay, so that's increased my launch up to nearer 20 degrees, 19 point something. So what's happening if I'm moving the ball around in my stance is the ball is either shooting off low, a medium height or a higher high. So depending on what club I've got in my hand, I'm now going to use that information to position the ball in my stance in the right place. Now, for a 6-iron for me, someone hitting it at X speed, so quite a medium speed, I can afford hitting, I can get away with hitting a 6-iron in the middle of my 2 feet. Okay? If I now go over to a much less lofted club, so now to a 3-iron, so a club with much less loft, harder to get in the air. If I go and play the 3-iron from the middle of my 2 feet, so where I played the 6-iron from, so it's nice and straight, it's going very low.
Vertical launch 6.3 degrees.
Okay, so the launch on that one was 6.3 degrees. If I now go and play the 3-iron from my left heel, so much more the front of my stance. Okay, not a bad hit. Again, quite straight.
Vertical launch 11.3 degrees.
It's almost doubled the launch. It's giving me an 11-degree launch with a 3-iron from my left heel. So for me, I'm going to play a 3-iron pretty much on my left heel, maybe slightly inside. Now I have played with some players who hit the ball much harder than I do, and they will hit a 3-iron from maybe 2 inches inside their left heel, because they're hitting it that ball a little bit harder, getting a bit more spin on it, so the ball's getting up quicker. So the ball position is going to be relative to what kind of height shot you naturally create or you want to create. Now, I wouldn't ever recommend going back from the middle for a regular shot. So if you're hitting a 6-iron or 7-iron or 5-iron, all that kind of thing, I would never go back from the middle of your stance. I would always go centre, edging it forwards. But play with your ball position, see how it affects the height of your shot, and don't be afraid to experiment a little bit with it. All books will say this club needs to be played from the middle and this one needs to be played from there. Well, it's true, but there are little variations in that. So for me, I'll always play a 3-iron slightly further forward in my stance, because I don't particularly get a 3-iron that high, so I want to give it a bit of help to get the ball up in the air. So ball forward in your stance, you're going to hit it slightly more on the upswing, a bit more lift. So in relationship to loft, lower lofts, I'm always going to push them forward to try and get them on that upswing. Higher lofted clubs, medium irons, I'm going to play more from the middle of my stance, catch the ball slightly on the way down, get a bit of backspin on it and get it going forwards rather than just ballooning up in the air. So play around with your ball position, don't be afraid to hit a few from the back, hit a few from the front, then from the middle, and see how it affects your different iron shots.